Hi everyone, this is V. Deepika, working as an assistant professor in EC department in KG Reddy College of Engineering. Now up till now we have discussed about the stability factors. Now let us discuss about the different types of biasing circuits. Okay, we will be having three types of biasing circuits. Okay, fixed biasing circuit, collector to base biasing method, and the third one is voltage divider bias or self bias. Okay, so let me write. Okay, first one is fixed biasing method, and the second one collector to base biasing, method, and the third one is about the voltage divider bias or self bias. Okay. Now let us discuss in clear detail about these three biasing methods. Okay. First let me discuss about the fixed biasing method. Okay. In the case of fixed biasing circuit, this circuit is very simple to draw. Okay. Okay, one RB resistor, this one is RC, one load resistor RC, one emitter resistor RE, and one base resistor RB. I am using this as an NPN transistor, and the IC current will be flowing through this side and IB current will be flowing through this side. So this would be grounded. Okay. So this is a simple fixed bias configuration. Okay. If you use just NPN transistor, the arrow will be lying over this one and the current directions would be just simply changed. So fixed biasing method just uses only one base resistor method, one base resistor, one load resistor and one emitter resistor. So coming to the advantages of this fixed biasing method, the stability factor also I have discussed, where a stability factor is nothing but 1 plus beta, as already know that the change with respect to the base current with respect to your collector current is 0. When I just substituted in the stability factor, I got S equals to 1 plus beta in this fixed bias configuration. Is it right? Now coming to this advantages of the fixed bias method is nothing but it is simplest configuration. So it is not very complex. Okay. The first advantage is that it is easy to design. Okay. The next advantage is nothing but we can plot the operating point at anywhere in the active region. It is flexible. Why? It is easy to point the operating point in the active region by simply changing this base resistor value. So this is one of the second advantage in your fixed biasing method. But there are two main disadvantages in this fixed biasing method. Okay. What are the two main disadvantages in this fixed biasing method is nothing but the first one is due to the temperature, thermal stability would not be there. Means what? As the temperature rises here, as we already know that IC equals to beta IB plus IC naught. Okay now. So what happens as the temperature varies, this minority carriers would be varied and so that there will be a change in the collector current. So as the collector current changes, there will be a shift in the operating point neither into the saturation nor cutoff. So stability can't be reached. So thermal stability can't be achieved in your fixed biasing method due to the temperature variations. Okay. The second main disadvantage is similarly to your beta. Okay. There will be a large change in the beta factor also in your fixed biasing method as it is simple and we are not this IC current will be gradually increasing as the beta value is being increased with if there is no minority reverse saturation minority carriers flow also. So these are the main disadvantages of your fixed biasing method as it is simple to design but we can't achieve the stable. Our main target is to what? To achieve the stability. Is it right? So for that we have designed the other circuit which is nothing but the collector to base biasing method. Okay. Now let us discuss about the second one, collector to base bias method. Okay. In this collector to base bias method, I am using one feedback resistor which is nothing but RB resistor. Okay. One RB resistor would be will be placed in between the base point and the collector point. Okay. One load resistor and VCC as usual, and one emitter resistor RE would be there, and it would be directly grounded, and the IE current would be there, and voltage of VBE would be flowing across the base and emitter terminal. Okay. The IC current would be flowing through this one. Okay. IB current would be flowing through this one. Okay. So, here just to see here IC, this is about your collector to base biasing method. Okay. Now, in the case of your collector to base biasing method, instead of directly connecting the base resistor to directly to be grounded, I had made it as a feedback resistor between your base and collector. Is it right? So, now here just see here the current, here IB, here IC would be there, but here it is IC plus IB resistor. IC plus IB current would be flowing through this one. Why? Because the base current as RB is been connected, so IC plus IB current would be flowing through this one. So, now let us analyze the circuit. When I analyze the circuit, first before going for the analysis, now let us apply some KVL to your base circuit. Okay. By applying KVL to your base. Okay. Now, when you apply to the base KVL to your base circuit, it means that you need to apply KVL to this endpoint. You just don't get transformed into this one. Just say at your base circuit. Don't see at your collector circuit. So, I can write the equation when I apply KVL. I can just write that VCC equals to, okay, we can write IC RC IC plus IB RC okay, next plus IB RB plus VBE. Okay. Now, I can write VCC minus VBE equals to IC plus IB into RC plus IB RB. Okay. Now, here just see this one here, when I just expand here, I want to calculate the base current. Is it? Now, when you just see this base value, we are required to find out this IB current. Okay. Now, when you just see that, I can expand this equation where VCC minus VBE equals to what IB RC VBE equals to ICRC plus IBRC plus IBRB. Okay. Now, this will become VCC minus VBE minus ICRC okay, by RC plus RB. Okay, where I can write this one as what IB. I just made it common IB from these two resistors. So, now here we know that we can even see that IC can be written as beta IB. Okay, Nama. So, when you write just beta IB substitute, now here RC plus RB means what it is, even this base current is depending on your the RC resistor as well as your base resistor. It means that as this voltage drop, it is depending upon your base resistor value also, does not directly depend on your RC value. So, that what happens, the stability can be achieved. And one more thing is, just now apply the KVL to your collector circuit. when you apply KVL to the collector circuit, or you can write IVCC equals to IC plus IB into RC, and here voltage VC would be there between the collector and emitter. Okay. So, VCE plus VCE plus IE RE. Okay. Now, this is your means what? This is when you apply this one to your collector circuit, I got this equation. Now, from this we can even write this VCC minus VCE, okay, that equals to IC plus IB into RC plus IE RE. It means that here from this equation we can just directly say that here as we are saying that as temperature variations, so the collector current varies, but if the here as the collector current varies, the voltage drop across this one VE means as the emitter current would be increased. So, what happens as this emitter current would be increased, the voltage drop across your IE RE would also be increased. As the voltage drop across your IE RE increases, there would be fall in drop across VBE. Okay, na ma'am? Okay. When this voltage drop increases, this VBE starts decreasing. When VBE starts decreases, IB starts reduces. When IB starts reduces, automatically the collector current starts reducing. So, what happens? So, the collector current starts reducing. So, this concept is nothing but called negative feedback system. So, that we can change means we can decrease the collector current by using one feedback resistor between the base and collector point. Okay, Nama? This is the one of the advantage of the collector to base bias method. Okay. Now, let us discuss about the third one, voltage divider circuit. Okay. Voltage divider or self bias circuit. Okay. Now, coming to this, here instead of using one base resistor, we will use two resistors R1 and R2, which acts as a potential divider network. Okay. I plus IB, IB current, and here VCC, and one load resistor RC, one emitter resistor RE. This would be grounded, and input voltage, and here one coupling capacitor will take output. Okay. CC3, CC1, and here again one more coupling capacitor can be used, CC1. Okay. Now, this is about your voltage divider circuit. In this case, we are using one more resistor. Instead of using only one RB resistor, here we are using two R1 and R2 resistors, which acts as a potential divider network. Okay. And similarly, I am using as in the collector to base bias method, RC and RE resistor has been used. Now, similarly, we need to go for the analysis to know whether the stability can be achieved or not. Okay. Now, just here also, here at your base circuit, this one is base, okay, emitter, and this one collector. As usual, here base to emitter voltage, okay, and here collector to emitter voltage. Okay. Now, apply the here you need to apply voltage divider theorem at your base circuit. Okay. When you just first we must go for your base circuit. When you see at the base circuit, just I need to plot, means I need to get the base current. To get the base current, first apply the voltage divider theorem at this base circuit. So, I can get, so now let us assume that V2 is the voltage across your R2 resistor. V2 equals to the total voltage which is being applied here is nothing but VCC. VCC into across which resistor I need to take, across R2 resistor, R2 by R1 plus R2. Okay. Now, this is the voltage across this one. Okay. Now, when you apply the voltage, when you go for your base circuit. Now, coming to your collector circuit. Okay. Now, for this collector circuit, just see this IE current. We want this IE current. IE can be written as what, ma? IE equals to, now you just see this one, here the base voltage VB is there and here VBE is there, okay, VBE, and this one is VE. Let us assume here the voltage across RE is nothing but VE, okay. Now, I can just directly write IE, the IE equals to VE into RE, okay, V equal V into RE. This I can, from this base circuit to this collector circuit, the total base voltage can be written as base emitter to voltage plus VE. So, I can write this VE as what, ma? VB minus VBE. So, I can write VB minus VBE into RE. Okay. This is your emitter current. Now, apply KVL to your collector circuit, KVL at the collector circuit. When you apply the KVL at the collector circuit, then I will get VCC equals to, okay, ICRC plus VCE, okay, plus VE RE, where VE RE I have written as VB minus VBE voltage. Means what? Here, just substitute here, VCE plus, written this VB minus VBE into RE, okay, VC. Means what? The collector current is depending upon your, the base, the emitter current is depending upon your VBE voltage, and as well as this collector current is depending upon your VBE. As VBE changes, the collector also changes. How come? As VE changes, as if the voltage drop across emitter resistor would be changes, what happens again similarly is the collector base circuit, VBE starts decreases, okay, as the voltage drop across RE resistance increases. So, VBE starts decreasing. As VBE starts decreases, the IB base current would be starts decreasing. So, if IB decreases, then the collector current which has been increased further could be decreases gradually, making the collector current to be fixed at that point. So, this is how the collector current could be made stable by using this collector to base method and voltage divider method, okay. But this one is somewhat complex as compared to your collector to base bias method, but if you are using R1 and R2 resistors instead of going for only using one feedback resistor, so we can achieve some of, means the operating point could be more stable as when you use for your voltage divider method as compared to your collector device method. That I will clearly explain you in the next class by deriving with stability factor S dash and S double dash. Okay. Any doubts, ma, students? Okay. Thank you.